Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Valorant news video brought to you by SkillCapped. My name's Modix, and today, Act 2 officially went live, and with the update came brand new rank changes. In this guide, we will be breaking down everything you need to know about the new ranked system in Valorant. But before we get into any of that, I want to say that we upload weekly news videos where we break down all the Valorant leaks and news you need to know. So if you don't want to miss any new information surrounding the game, then be sure to subscribe with notifications on. Now let's jump right into the content. So in previous news guides, we showed you this clip where Morello talks about the current state of the ranked mode in Valorant.
Who can we talk to about the rank system? Sadly, Mark, nobody right now. I know that sucks. So I'm gonna be real with y'all. The person who worked on the rank system and from a design standpoint has left the company. Nobody owns the rank system right now. This is a huge problem. We're trying to figure out how to resolve that right now, and the design team's talking about it.
The main rank developer left the company for whatever reason, so it should have been no surprise that we got so many rank changes in the Act 2 update. To start off the changes, the devs went ahead and let players know that in order to receive their initial rank for Act 2, they needed to play 3 placement matches. This was only the case for the players that gained a rank in Act 1. If this didn't happen, then players would still have to play 5 initial placement matches in order to get their rank. During these placement matches, players were set to earn a conservative initial placement, which meant around 2 rank tiers lower than the Act 1 rank. For example, if a player was Plat 3 in Act 1, then their initial rank of Act 2 would be around the Plat 1 range. The devs emphasized that performance will have a larger impact in your early games. This way, players will be able to gain rank if they play well and win. Now, our first big change coming to the ranked system is that now the competitive matchmaking will have a higher chance to match solo and solo/duo players against similarly sized pre-made groups. This means no more solo queuing against insane 5 stacks. And even though this is a huge change that many players were asking for, this will result in slightly longer queue times. During this rank system overhaul, you'll be able to see that the devs did a great job at listening to the community's opinions. All throughout Act 1, players have had a hard time figuring out how their elo was being affected by losses in ranked. And in this new ranked system, the developers fixed this by adding more information. Whenever you got a blowout game in Act 1, you could see your elo go up with multiple up arrows. But for blowout losses, many players would only see one down arrow next to their rank. This would lead to a ton of confusion, and so in the new update, there are now more down arrows to show to what extent your elo dropped. Here's what the developers had to say on this change. Previously, we showed very little info around how much rank you lost on a loss to limit the already painful experience of a loss. However, this was leading to issues where a player may have had a really rough game, think decisively lost the game and played poorly, and then would win several games and not rank up. This should help alleviate this problem somewhat by providing more transparency on a loss and your amount of rank lost. Hopefully this change helps those players that were struggling during Act 1, but this isn't where our changes stop. So with the whole ranked system overhaul, there were also some new additions to the ranked system. Let's take a look at what the devs had to say about what happens to competitive Valorant after an act ends. The takeaway: after an act, all that matters for your act rank are your 9 best ranked wins of the act, and how many wins you've gotten in the act. So if you peak at Diamond but drop down to Gold, your act rank will only remember the good times. Take another run at Immortal, push those lower rank games out. So in this statement, the devs used the term act rank, which is a new addition to the ranked mode. Act rank is something that tracks a player's proven skill. This rank is the highest ranked win and the number of competitive wins in the act. Once an act ends, this act rank will be preserved as a badge on your player card in competitive games. We will touch more on this in just a bit. So you might be asking, what is proven skill? Well, this is known as your 9th best ranked win in an act, and this will show the rank that you can consistently win games. This means that even though you might have peaked in Platinum, your proven rank could be in Gold because you're consistently winning here. The last part of the act rank that we need to talk about is the act rank border. This is the surrounding border that evolves based on the number of competitive wins a player earns in an act. This will change once you hit these thresholds: 9, 25, 50, 75, and 100. So now let's take a look at the actual act rank. As you play, your act rank fills with smaller triangles. Each triangle represents your ranked match wins based on the rank you entered the game with. Your wins at higher ranks visually replace your lowest wins to display the best of your competitive games. For example, more wins at Radiant will push out your earliest wins at Bronze. As you can see in the picture on the screen now, the small triangles are wins from certain ranks, and there's a border that will change as the player gets more win in comp matches. This triangle will hold your 49 best matches, and at the top you can see there are 9 smaller Radiant triangles. These are the best wins for this player over the course of Act 1, so here's what the Act Rank badge will look like. Don't worry if this sounds a bit confusing, as you can check in your career page to see the triangles change with every ranked win you achieve. Keep in mind that there will not be an Act Rank badge for Act 1 because the Riot devs wanted to give players the chance to learn and test out the ranked system. That is all for the ranked system changes, but before we wrap up the video, I want to pass along this announcement by the official Valorant Twitter. In a recent tweet, they said, 11 hours ago, we accidentally started Ranked Act 2 earlier than planned, and before we recalibrated MMR for the start of the season. Issues now fixed, but if you played 3+ ranked games in that time, you'll likely see a demotion on your next loss due to conservative placements. Just to specify, they released this update. For specific times, if you played a ranked game between August 4th at 12 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific time, those were considered your placement matches, but your MMR will be conservatively recalibrated for the start of season. You will skip your placement matches for Act 2. I don't really know if this applies to you, but just in case it does, I wanted to go ahead and let you know. Well, that's going to go ahead and wrap up today's video on the new rank changes that came with Act 2. If this video helped you out, then be sure to hit the like button, and if you don't want to miss any Valorant news, then be sure to subscribe with notifications on. Everyone here at SkillCapped, thanks you for watching all the way through this video. I'm Modix signing off, and I will see you all in the next one.